let's talk about though the ranking of this week, and this is a fun one. I think it's in the spirit of last week where we were talking about the most anticipated Phase 4 and Phase 5 projects. I wanted to rank my most anticipated upcoming Star Wars projects, Disney Plus shows to be more specific, because who knows what is going on with the movies? Who knows what is going on with Taika's show, a movie, or Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, or the Rian Johnson trilogy, or whatever is happening over at Lucasfilm. I don't know. But we do know for now, because some of these shows are in various stages of limbo. But we do know at least 8 projects, and I might have missed one or two. Like there's Vision Season 2 and stuff, and like a droid story that was announced, and Rangers of the New Republic wasn't officially canceled, but it basically was. I'm just going off of projects that I really do believe will be released in the next couple years that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, these are ranking all of the upcoming Star Wars Disney Plus shows that I am excited about, from least excited to most excited, from bottom to top. Okay. Number 8 is Bad Batch Season 2. I love Dave Filoni. I love the Clone Wars. Not a fan of Rebels that much. I wasn't a big fan of Bad Batch. I don't understand why that show was as long as it was. I don't understand what the message was, thinking that was really what people were interested in from Clone Wars Season 7. It certainly wasn't Rafa and Trace, but, I mean, could we not have done a Crimson Dawn Maul-centric a Disney Plus show, animated show, in between episodes 3 and 4? Instead of the Bad Batch? I think that would have been far more interesting than anything the Bad Batch is. So I'm, not interested in the Bad Batch, but it was something that I would watch every week, like before I went to bed, just like as some content to, help me sleep, I guess. So, Bad Batch Season 2 is coming, I guess. Yay. Whatever. Coming in at number 7 is Lando, a show that is kind of coming out. Kathleen Kennedy has recently spoken about it, which is the only reason that it's on the list, even. Because if Kathleen Kennedy hadn't said anything, I would not have been talking about it right now. But she says it's basically on Donald Glover whether or not he wants to do it, and he's busy, so that's fair. I think that he did a good job in Solo. I don't think that he did an amazing job. I don't think anyone could have done an amazing job, because the expectation is Billy D. Williams, and obviously you just can't match Billy D. Williams verbatim, basically. I think he obviously got the better end of the deal than Alden Ehrenreich, though it's confusing to me what we're doing here with this show. But again, it's there, and I'll watch it, I guess, if it comes out. So number 7 is Lando. Number 6 is Skeleton Crew. Now, Skeleton Crew is just something that I need to see more about. The other shows, I've sort of gotten a better idea of what they're going to be, and I think that that's why they're higher on the list. But Skeleton Crew has all the makings for an amazing show. Jude Law is a fantastic actor, obviously. John Watts is one of my favorite MCU directors. He directed 3 of the best MCU films, in my opinion, and I'm hoping he directs Secret Wars as well. Fantastic director. And John Watts has said it's going to be like Stranger Things in Star Wars, and Stranger Things happens to be my second favorite show of all time. I love that show so much. And so count me excited, because that's all the makings of something that I'm going to really love. I just haven't seen enough from it yet so far. Okay. Number 5 is Ahsoka. Now, I like Rosario Dawson. I like her portrayal as Ahsoka, and I think that she was very good. And I think that Ahsoka as a character in the animated medium has been really interesting thus far. I, however, understand that this show is probably going to be a continuation of Rebels in live action, and that is something that is not quite as appealing to me. I think that the one thing that is giving me hope is that it's, you recast, because one of the things that I really didn't like about Rebels was Ezra Bridger. I think that Ezra Bridger was just a really poor character, in my opinion, and I really didn't like him. So hopefully if Mina Massoud is the one playing Ezra Bridger this time around, that it'll be better, and if Thrawn comes back to live action and actually gets to do something, instead of just letting the Rebels go all the time, which is what he did in Rebels, at least from what I remember, then that'll be fun. And Ahsoka is a great character, so I'm looking forward to it. I just kind of need to see a trailer maybe, just to see what we're getting, but that's what we got moving forward. Number 4 is going to be interesting, because it's Tales of the Jedi. And if this show is what I think it is, which is another Dave Filoni animated show, I believe, which takes place before the Clone Wars. So it's a prequel Clone Wars show where you're going to get to see young Ahsoka, and you're going to get to see a Jedi Count Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm so excited for that, because anything Clone Wars adjacent, I'm automatically on board for. Obviously, that didn't work out that well for Bad Batch, and that sucked. But I think that this premise obviously takes what we loved about the Clone Wars and puts it in an animated show, and I'm excited about that. Number 3 is The Acolyte. I think that the idea of just going back in time, going way back in time and really developing the mythology of the Jedi and the Sith is exciting to me. I think that I think Sandberg is her name, the actress who they got to play her. It should be good. But I want some Plagueis, I want some Bane, I want some maybe Knights of the Old Republic vibes going on here. I just want to see the Republic at a different time. And I think that the Sith rising to power with Plagueis and Bane and even young Palpatine eventually, maybe, I don't know. But this should be really exciting. I'm very excited for it. Number 2 is Andor. And again, I wouldn't have put Andor so high, but we've seen 2 trailers from them. And the second trailer especially was really great. So, and I knowing how good Rogue One is, for me at least, I think Andor is it's going to be a great show. You get to see a really dirty side of the rebellion, a really gritty side of the rebellion, and I can't wait for that. Coming in at number 1, though, obviously, is The Mandalorian Season 3. No, it's the Book of Boba Fett Season 2, obviously. No, it's Mandalorian Season 3. We haven't seen a trailer as of the recording of this podcast episode, but I just think it's going to be one of those dynamite things where they're really hitting their stride, not finally hitting their stride. But I've been a fan of The Mandalorian, although I'm not as big of a fan as other people, because I am more of a fan of really continuous storytelling from beginning to end, kind of like a Stranger Things, where you have a story from beginning to end, and every single plot arc and plot element is building to that story. I understand what The Mandalorian was going for in seasons 1 and 2, sort of like an anthology kind of thing where, each episode was its own individual story, and some of them connected more so than others did. The Boba Fett episodes were really, really fun and really cool, but again, I am really looking forward to hopefully just a continuous storyline from beginning to end with Mandalore. I think that will be really, really fun, and Din Djarin really taking up a leadership role and fighting Bo-Katan potentially, maybe having some other Night Watch members or Death Watch members, whatever they were called, come in, will be really fun. And yeah, those are my rankings for the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. I am excited for most of them. I think there is potential for most of them. But again, I haven't yet seen a Disney Plus Star Wars show that I have loved to the extent that I loved WandaVision. I have liked The Mandalorian, which is, I know, unpopular. But I am excited and intrigued to see what goes on in the future of Disney Plus and Star Wars.